Hi everyone, my name is Chris Martin. Welcome to Keto with me. It is day 20 on my journey back into keto. If you're new to my channel, check out my day 0 video which covers the details and reasons why I created this video series. Alright, let's roll the clip. Well, as you can see, day 20 went pretty well, pretty much just like the last few days. Let's get to the numbers. My carbs for yesterday were pretty low, 8.5. That's really good. My blood glucose was 80. I'm just like floored at that number. So I'm really tickled that that number keeps going down. My ketones were pretty high, 2.3. I'm doing everything right, but wait for this number. No weight loss, 217.8 still. Got 16.6 to date. I'm not worried about it because everything's looking really good and I'm in the right, I'm doing everything right. My macro percentages, 79% for fat, 2% for carbs, and 19% for protein. So got things balanced pretty well there. So yesterday I ended up only doing one MCT, the morning one. I skipped the one at lunchtime. That's 2 days in a row that I've done that, and I was able to sustain energy all day long. So fantastic about that. So just wanted to mention that I'll be traveling for like 3 days upcoming here in the next actually I think it'll be about 3 or 4 days from now, so that'll be interesting. So I'll be sharing from the road, and creating the videos in the hotel room, before I go enjoy my time off, so to speak. So that's it for my daily numbers. And now for the goals. All right, let's look at day 20 and week 3 and my pit of success and see how I'm doing for today. So my sleep, as you can see, was actually pretty horrible. I only got 4 hours sleep. I went to go to sleep last night and I was just wired. I mean, I could not fall asleep for anything. I think it took about 2 hours before I finally got tired. I don't even have anywhere on the scale to put this, so I just left it at I just marked it over in the day column because it's not okay, good, better, best, or beast mode. So I just one of those days. The good news is I've just got energy over the last 3 days. So even though I had little sleep, I'm already pretty wired for today. So let's look at the eating keto. I fasted for 20 hours yesterday. That was really good. One thing I got to do about when I come off my fast is I got to not eat so much. I think it's not that I was like I got to eat. It's just I just put together a little plate, and then I was like afterwards I was like, that wasn't so little. Maybe I should cut back on that. So because I really didn't need that much. So hopefully I'll get that down. Plus that meal that I did come back, I had like 75 fat, 1 carb, and 39 protein. So that's a pretty big snack. So got to work on that. So I hit beast mode in that fasting category. So moving on down to the style, dirty clean, been very consistent, very good about getting as much clean in there. I'm in beast mode for that as well. As I mentioned earlier on the macros, for as far as carbs are going, I'm 8.5. which is really good. And then I mentioned my macro percentages were really good as well. As far as learning goes, I watched a video yesterday, a very interesting one that I'm going to share here in just a few minutes. And I think you're going to be like, wow, okay, that seems opposite of what you said before. Beast mode in that category because I've been consistently watching and sharing videos. As far as tracking goes, I've got my journal, been tracking it really good, been tracking really well inside a chronometer. And then also if you count the spreadsheet too, I'm tracking it there as well. Moving on down to meditation and relaxation, I had 5 and 5 per my typical, in beast mode for that because I've been very consistent over the week for doing that as well. And last but not least, I have my exercise category, which I haven't started yet. So hopefully that will be sometime soon. And that's it for my goals, folks. Now for the video recommendation. Okay, let's talk about today's video recommendation. It's very interesting compared to what we discussed yesterday. And, we talked about, all the veggies that you can eat. And, we saw a really good comprehensive list of that. So today's video is by Dr. Ken Berry. He's one of my favorites. 7 minutes and 6 seconds long, but it's not what you think it is. So I read the title. It said, I was wrong about veggies, plant problems in parentheses, 2023. So, when I first saw this title fly by, I thought maybe this is something where we were talking about the myth yesterday where people just, think you can't have veggies on, on keto, but it's actually exactly literally what it says, problems and wrong. So if you ever follow Dr. Berry, you'll know that he's done a lot of carnivore. He switched ketogenic to carnivore and ketogenic, so that's kind of, what he's done a lot of. So he comes out pretty hard saying that, pretty much you don't need vegetables. He's basing off a lot of his own research and, over the last 5 years having hardly any vegetables, he's, making the argument that you may not need them. So his points are maybe there's not necessarily enough bioavailable nutrients in them. Sometimes they have anti-nutrients in them. And then also that for some folks, it can cause inflammation. So I thought it was very interesting. Of course, we talked yesterday about, putting in carbs putting in veggies, and so forth. The reason I said carbs is I was looking down at another one of the reasons he was saying this is that a lot of times you can get just too many carbs with vegetables. So I think that's just, managing the moderation and stuff like that. I have a saying for that, pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. So if you do too much of something, it could really, bite you in the butt. And I think what he's saying in this case is that, you could get too many carbs with doing this. Listening through the video, he said, some folks, could, there was nothing that would say definitively that you couldn't do any of these. I think this works well for him. And he's saying that if you, have been doing vegetables and so forth, then, and you're still having trouble with inflammation and some other things, that perhaps maybe you should just leave them out. Matter of fact, he says, I challenge you for 90 days to do, I think he called it the bacon and butter challenge for 90 days. It might have been eggs, bacon, and butter, but he asked you to do that and, to see how it goes. That may be something you want to explore, but for me, I find it useful and, and really fits into what I want to do. So I'm going to continue to eat veggies, but it's good to hear somebody else has a different opinion. Another reason why I think you sometimes want veggies is that it makes a good transport device. Like yesterday I had a BLT, I took, what am I going to put the mayo and the tomato and the bacon on if I don't have something, to get it to my mouth? Am I going to eat like the spoon of, mayo? No, I actually took and put 3 or 4 ounces of iceberg lettuce, and then I layered it on, and I literally picked it up just like a sandwich. I used to do with a sandwich, and I ate it. So I think that, you have to listen to your body. And again, he's not saying no. He's saying some, may, could, and things like that. But it's very interesting that, he's done it for 5 years or so and has been successful and has no apparent nutrient deficiencies and things like that. Well, That's it for my video recommendation today. I hope you enjoyed it. That's it for day 20, folks. Thanks for watching today. Please take time to like and subscribe to Keto with me. If you got any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Just remember, nobody's perfect, and please be a coach, not a critic. Take care.